Zoom meeting. I hope you don't mind, but I'm going to be taking notes throughout this interview.
Yeah.
Okay. So I did go over your resume. I like it so far, but I want to get to know you a little bit better in your own personal words. Tell me a little bit about yourself, Raya. Did I say your name
Uh,
right to start off,
it's
right?
Ria. It's
Okay,
Ria.
perfect. So good morning, Raya. My name's Freddie. I'm going to be conducting your interview today. Tell me a little bit about yourself.
So my name is Riya Seth, and I'm currently pursuing bachelor's in marketing in from Cal State Fullerton, and I'll be pursuing my bachelor's. Like I will be graduating in spring 2025. So I have also excelled in project management and data and like many of office operations. So like I have developed analytical and leadership skills, where I have also performed like the safety training, and I'm proficient in like 365 Microsoft Suite. I'm also I've also learned like how to use Excel, PowerPoint,
Yeah.
and
I,
Docs.
I understand.
And
I saw all that stuff throughout your resume. But when
okay,
I did tell me a little bit about yourself, it's just like tell me about yourself personally in your own personal words. Like, what are you looking for in your next position? That's what I meant.
sorry.
What are you looking for in your next position, on your next job, on your next career path?
So I'm looking like I want to explore my skills, and I want to also create my ideas and put into the marketing strategies. So like, and I also see like your culture aligns with my values. So I just wanted to put my skills in your company, and I want to be a part of your success.
All right, awesome, awesome. Got it, got it. And with that kind of personality that you have, automatically it means that you want to work with a group or a community to actually develop yourself a little bit more. That's exactly what I wanted to hear. All right, awesome.
Okay, okay.
Okay, a little bit more about yourself. I know you're exploring the new markets for something new in your job industry, but besides developing and learning something new, why is it that you're delving into different markets or different job opportunities?
So right now, I'm still learning my skills, and I'm not perfect, but I still want to learn like how marketing strategies work. So and I will be happy to like contribute to your company, and I know like I will be able to learn more in depth.
Of course, of course, and it just makes sense. Like I said, learning is always part of the process because you want to develop
Yes, yes,
yourself.
and it also like it doesn't like cost me anything. So why
That
not
part,
just learn? Yeah,
it's that part. Learning is free, and it's up to you how much
yeah,
you learn. Right?
yes, yes,
Awesome,
right.
awesome. So one more question for you, Raya. What do you currently do on your free time? What are some of your hobbies?
So as a free time, like I have my like finals going on. So like 2 weeks, I'm just for now I'm working on my studies. But as a free time, like I have as I'm a freelance like henna artist, so I go for weddings, events. So I do as a part-time job over there. So whenever I get the events, whenever I get the orders, I go over there.
Okay, got it, got it, got it. So it just means that even on your free time, you want to be a little bit busy, right? Which is
Yes,
awesome.
yes, correct.
I
Yes,
completely
correct.
understand that part because I was always on the same note where if I had some free time, I was actually always watching something new that's going to help me develop. Maybe a documentary, something about nature, history, whatever it is. I'm a big history buff. So anytime I got a chance, I'm listening to Civil War documentaries, like world history, whatever it may be, just something that to keep me entertained while at the same time
Mhm.
learning.
Yeah, correct.
All right.
Yeah, that's like kind of same, but I try to keep myself busy. Like I don't want to be like free and do nothing.
It drives you a little insane if you have nothing to do.
Yes,
I
that's
completely
correct.
understand you. A busy body's always working on something good. All right.
Yes, that's
Awesome.
correct.
Thank you for sharing that with me, Ryan. I really appreciate you sharing all these little keynotes with me because it just shows the mentality that you have right now and what you're pursuing for, and not just what you're pursuing, but what you'd like to put your spare time in, which is more of development instead of wasting it or like just
Yes.
squandering it away by doing something that's not really going to get you any kind of
Yes.
benefit out of it. Okay, awesome. I
Yeah.
really appreciate those answers. So just to let you know a little bit about myself, Ryan, so we're not strangers on this call. Um, I currently have been in this program for about 7 months now. For the past 7 months, I've learned so
Okay.
many different things from the managerial experience and the marketing
Mhm.
experience as well. What we do and how we benefit our clientele, and what kind of ways we can market their product. But not just that. Before that, I had 10 years of managerial experience. So I was managing warehouses, small groups of 5 to 30 people, depending on what kind of project I had running or what kind of different environments I was actually managing.
Mhm.
But even with that kind of experience of 10 years, it was completely different compared to what we learned here in MCO's Enterprise. Because the previous manager experience that I had, it's always I know I had a deadline. I know I had several tasks, and I just had to delegate all my work to the people with me instead of me being involved hands on with them, which is what we do here, where you're completely involved hands on, developing yourself and anybody around you, which is one of the main things that actually attracted me to this location, because it just demanded that I adapt myself and keep learning and keep molding myself to a new experience and to see how I can develop as far as I go.
Right. Okay.
Right. Besides that, I'm a big anytime I get a chance, I do like going hiking, camping, anything that has to do with nature, because I just like relieving my mind out of stress a little bit. And what better way to relieve your mind with a little bit of nature and exercise, right?
Right. Correct.
Right. Besides that, I have a very small group of circle, very small a very small circle of friends. I probably have less than six friends that have been childhood friends, which to this day I probably won't see them every day because, like I said, I spend a lot of time by myself learning or doing stuff. But
Right.
if they talk to me, and I mean, if they call me within 6 months to a year, and they tell me, "Oh, we're gonna go hiking for about a week," I'm like, "Perfect, sign me up." And that's as much time as I spend
Yeah.
doing stuff that is not going to be for development. But overall, we always need that little kind of leisure time to be able to relax and unwind our mind.
Okay. Yeah.
And that's one of the main reasons why I like camping because it's just so green. You're out there and there's no signal. You get lost in the woods for a few days. It's just tranquility.
It's just like time, like spending your time with yourself.
It literally is because you get so much time to think compared to like
Mhm.
when you're in the city, everything's bustling around
Yes.
you. You have
Correct.
to do so many things, catch up to them.
Mhm.
You have very little time to actually analyze or think to yourself compared to when
Right.
you're out there. You actually have all that time for yourself. I'm,
Correct.
I'm glad you understood that part. But that's pretty much it about myself. I'm pretty straightforward and bland. Like I said, I like spending a lot of my time watching videos, anything that's gonna help me develop myself. Even if it's not in the business, I still like learning about new things. Not that long ago, I was watching a video about horses. We have
Right.
nothing to do with horses. It was just equine, equestrology. I can't remember the word for the equines, for the horse, whatever it is. But they were
Okay.
just basically talking about the difference between wild horses and domesticated horses, and I'm like, okay, I didn't know
Mhm.
that, but that's pretty awesome. And it's always gonna be small stuff like that, all right? And that's really much about myself. Like I said, I'm pretty straightforward and bland. If you don't mind, I'll go ahead and jump into this program whenever you okay.
Yes. Sure.
Okay, perfect. So right now, you are going to be applying to MCO's Enterprise Raya for a marketing management position, where we take candidates from the entry level and mold them all the way to the executive branch. Is that something you're willing to put yourself through right now?
Yes. Correct.
Okay, perfect. So in these 6 to 9 months, you're going to be taking on three different phases of our program, but you're going to be
Okay.
working directly with TrueConnect and the California Lifeline. Would you happen to know what the TrueConnect and California Lifeline services are, right?
No, I've heard like the True Connect, but I actually don't know what it is about.
Okay, perfect. So TrueConnect is basically just a telemarketing company where it's
Mhm.
just we get services from T-Mobile, Verizon, different kinds of companies, and we give out free phones with free service to the people that get a state benefit. Anybody who's been a veteran and has their VA card, Army, Navy, Air Force doesn't really matter. Anybody who's been retired, disabled, that has Medicaid, Medi-Cal, even low-income housing people also get these benefits, which helps them save about $1,000, if not more, per year, which is pretty amazing, right?
Okay. Right.
Yeah, okay. So we are predominantly a community outreach program. What we do is, yeah, we do get paid for giving out free phones, but we also do a great benefit to the community because a lot of the time, my main thing going out there is just finding one person that I know for a fact really needs our services, and just the change that we get to do and impact on their life just escalates everything else. I know we're developing and we're doing something amazing for ourselves, but helping out the community at the same time always gives us that give
Yeah.
me that little bit more of an incentive as well.
Okay.
Right. And besides that, right now we do work with 64 different clients, not just TrueConnect and the California Lifeline. We work with Amazon. I mean, not Amazon, AT&T, Verizon, Sam's Club, Costco, Nestle, just to name a few of the bigger branches. And the reason that we work with these companies is why we have this program where we want to
Okay.
validate and verify the kind of credibility we're gonna say that our candidates have to it being over to present them to these billion-dollar companies. I hope that makes sense.
Yes. Yeah. No, I got it.
Okay, perfect. So besides that, do you happen to be aware about direct marketing and indirect marketing, right?
No.
Okay, that's fine. I wasn't aware of any of the differences when I walked into this door because I had never done a marketing position before. But direct marketing is something it's gonna be directed to what we do. We do a personable approach where we deal with people face to face at their door, where we're catering to their needs and wants, which is extremely personable. And it also creates a lifelong customer where that customer resonates a little bit more with us, so they tend to stick around with the company for a much longer period of time. Right?
Okay.
When a indirect marketing approach is going to be something more like a billboard, flyer, banner, anything you can skip over. I'm pretty sure there's been times where you're on YouTube, you get an ad, you're quick to skip on it. You get a
Right.
flyer in the mail, you're quick to throw it away. Or even on the billboard when you're driving down the highway, I'm pretty
You
sure
don't
you're quick
see.
to look away
Yes.
from it. You're not going to stop and pull over. So
Right.
this is the indirect marketing, where it's impersonal. You just
Okay.
you have a bigger message to spread out, but it reaches less people because it doesn't resonate with them as much.
Okay.
All right, and this kind of direct indirect marketing approach also creates clients that don't stick around for as long as a long period of time, because it just means that they don't resonate with anybody. There was nobody
Mhm.
to help them with the customer service, and they did it all by themselves, so they don't have any kind of affiliation to the company for a long period of time.
Okay.
All right. And the reason why I'm bringing this up, right, is because for us, we're a direct marketing approach, like I've mentioned, where we deal with people face to face at their door, and we bring in at least 2,300 customers per month. When an indirect marketing approach or TrueConnect has their regular stores, only brings in 700 customers per year. So for 1 month, we overlap them by 3 times, and in 1 year, we overlap them by 20 to 30 times, depending on our averages, of course. So on those numbers, we are 80% of the customer acquisition for TrueConnect. So without us, TrueConnect would literally wither away.
Okay.
Okay. So for this main reason also is why TrueConnect wants us to promote 20 to 25 new managers within the next year. Right now we have 44 different offices around the nation. So 20 to 25 new managers is extremely doable, because just in the past 7 months that I've been here, we've been able to promote 3 people from our office, and we're about to promote a fourth person as well.
Oh, that's great.
Okay.
Okay.
So that's really much about the program and how we benefit the client. Do you have any question about how we benefit the client, Ryan?
Yeah, yeah, I would like to know. Like you said, like you provide like free phone and services, but other than that, like how do you like what do you provide?
That's literally all the client provides at the moment for TrueConnect. There's other clients that provide much more, say Verizon, AT&T. They have much more products to give out or to market, if you want to say it in those words.
Okay.
Compared to us, we just give one specific product to the people. They
Oh,
might qualify for an added service, but it's not too much of a marketing strategy. It's just a beginner
okay.
part.
Okay.
And it just makes sense. We start off with the basics, the less things that need less marketing, and we just work our way into a bigger branch. Say Verizon, for Verizon, they offer much more products. So we would have to learn a bigger portion of their product knowledge, how to market those items, and so on.
Okay.
Okay. Besides that, do you have any other question?
Yeah, like I want to know what is like the work balance in your company?
Can you repeat that one more time?
Like what is the like the work balance in your company?
Can you specify that question? I didn't understand it correctly.
So like how like the people work like is it like as a team or just like everyone has to work like as an individually like
Got it. Got it.
just
Got it.
they
Okay.
are just given like the clients and they just like the one person has to work, or is it like a team?
So for on that perspective, it's a team. We build a community. There's right now 15 people in our office, and we all work
Okay.
as a unit, where we're just working on how to develop ourselves and the new people that we bring in. Even if it's not directly work, if the people are not working directly, we're still working
Okay.
as a unit, so we can help that person create a kind of pathway that is going to help them just proceed to the future.
Okay.
But there's
Okay. Got
never
it.
going to be a time where you walk into the door and you're going to feel like you're working by yourself, because there's always going to be people around you that are going to want to help you develop. If it's not the main person in charge, it's going to be other people, and it's always going to be a given that you're never going to work solo.
Right. Okay. Okay. Got
Okay.
it.
It also goes into part of our culture, because part of our culture is just always being supportive and encouraging. So there's no way for us to be supportive and encouraging if we leave you alone, right?
Okay. Right.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So besides that, I can jump into the 3 phases of the program. Okay.
Okay.
So, like I said, it's meant to be 6 to 9 months. It really is going to depend on you. There's been people that finish our program in as little as 3 to 5 months, but these people are just already dedicated, just extremely hungry and determined. They're like extremely crazy disciplined. But their mentality just it shows you what kind of mentality you need to have to actually finish the program even faster and succeed at it at the same time.
Okay.
Right. So the 3 phases of our program is going to be starting off with the entry level. The entry level is learn anything from product knowledge, compliance issues, tech issues, and time management for how we can benefit our client the best. Right. And for
Okay.
this part of the program, you're going to be starting off at the entry level, which is 3 to 5 weeks. It depends on you. Luckily for myself, I was able to finish it in 7 days because of the people around in my environment were just able to push me and like motivate me enough for me to be able to finish it even faster. Right.
Okay.
And for this part of the program, you're going to be making anything from 300, I mean, from 500 to $800 a week for those 3 to 5 weeks. Right. And it's
Okay.
all going to
So,
be, it's going to be high performance commission. So it's going to really depend on you. It's going to be a merit base. If you decide to show up that day and work hard and do all those things that you're meant to do, automatically you're going to get a bigger paycheck.
okay. So is it like you said like it's a weekly check, right? Like
Yes,
this
correct.
based on commission, like based on like the clients.
Yes, correct.
Okay.
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 Mhm. You had another question?
Yeah, yeah, like so this will like we have to work in person or is it like the remote?
It's going to be all in person. So that's why we were a direct marketing approach. If we were an indirect marketing approach, we would do remote work.
Okay.
But if we were the indirect marketing approach, we wouldn't be bringing the clientele that our customers want.
Okay. Got it.
I hope that makes sense on that part.
Yes, yes, I got it.
Okay,
Okay, got it.
perfect. So the second part of the program is going to be the account manager. This is going to be the longest part of the program, but it's also the most endearing part. But it's going to be the part that shows you the most skill sets, the best way you can apply them, and how you can actually implement them into whatever path you want to take down with our company.
Okay.
Right, and on this part, you're going to be taking more responsibilities, as in training, bringing in people, interviews, deciding who's going to work with us and who's not going to work with us as our proper candidates. All right.
Okay.
On this part, you're also going to be learning more stuff like mentoring and training.
Okay.
Got it. And this part is where you're going to be learning more administrative side, at managerial side ends.
Okay.
And it's
So
still going to be. Mhm.
so everything here is like based on commissions or is it like based on
It's the
like the per
first.
month?
Only the first two phases are going to be based on commission.
Okay.
Okay, so for this part, you're still based on high performance commission, but on this part of the program, you can start making
Hmm.
anything from $1,000 to $1,400 a week, depending on your skill sets and how well you
Okay.
apply them.
Okay. Got it.
Okay, it's rare when we have people that are brand new that come into the door and they start making $1,000 a week, but there is situations where, depending on the candidate, depending on how well they push themselves and all those different criterias, there's been several people that we've had that just come in the door and guns blazing, they go through everything because they have the kind of mentality, like I said before.
Okay.
Okay. And for this part, it's you can manage anything from 3 to 5 people. It's going to depend on your skill sets as well.
Okay.
Okay. And for the third part and the final part of the program is going to be the assistant manager. For the assistant manager, you're no longer doing the door-to-door approach. You're no longer doing the direct marketing approach, and it's all going
Okay.
to be in office. So in this part of the program, you're going to be learning anything more from orientations, first round interviews, payrolls. You're going to be dealing with our Salesforce AI, the one that gives us all our direct leads to where we have to go on a day-to-day basis. And I'm pretty sure you had a first round interview with one of our admins that's currently in charge of our first round interviews,
Yes.
Mariana, correct?
Yes,
Yeah.
correct.
So that's going to be another role you take on where you start taking on first round interviews where you decide which candidates we actually want to interview on our second rounds.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
How do
Got
you
it.
feel about taking on that kind of responsibility for the assistant manager where you start deciding who you want to work with or who you want to bring into the company and not just that, dealing directly with the actual company itself?
Okay.
And in this part of the program, like I said, it's going to be 8 weeks. And for the 8 weeks, it's no longer a commission. It's just going to be a salary of $1,000 a week
Okay. You said like after 8 weeks, right?
for the 8 weeks.
8 weeks. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
because the first part of the entry is 3 to 5 weeks. The account manager is 4 to 6 months, and the last part is going to be the assistant manager, which is 8 weeks.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, and for those 8 weeks, they give you $1,000 salary because they just want you to develop yourself as a assistant manager instead of having to
Mhm.
deal with the door to door approach, the direct marketing approach, being that you already went through that.
Okay. I
Okay.
got it. Okay.
And that really wraps up our program phases. The last part of the program is going to be the rookie manager. You jump into the executive manager branch, and you start you implement all the roles that you learned from the entry level to the assistant manager, and
Okay.
in order to manage a small group of people yourself. All right. For
Okay.
when you jump into this role, you start making 152K to 156K per year
Okay.
as a base.
Okay.
Right? I know the salary pay is quite a big gap, but the main reason why there's that gap in there is because we need these all of our candidates to actually finish the program before they get rewarded or compensated correctly for the job that they're going to be doing.
Okay. So this takes like a year around, like to be a manager or like the accountant manager,
It it doesn't take a
or
year.
maybe less.
It's less. It depends on the
Okay.
person. There's right now we have one current candidate in our program, which he's about to
Okay.
finish, and he's only been here 5 months.
Okay.
So I'm pretty sure you're gonna get a chance to meet Sam in the future if you do come in. But
Okay.
Sam is one of those people that I say that has that mentality where he was gonna finish the program faster. He just had a couple things that set him back. It was all personal. It had nothing to do with the program. But if in his mentality, he was gonna finish in 3 months. Which
Okay.
just on the characteristics, like I'm telling you, he's about to finish now, and he's only 5 months in.
Right.
Automatically,
Okay.
there's people that have that grit and determination.
Okay.
It's all dependent on you and how much you want to apply, how committed you are,
Okay.
of course.
Okay. So you just have like your office in the Santa Fe Springs, or do you have like which location do you have more
So right
offices?
now we have multiple offices in LA. We had one in Santa Fe Springs, but we closed that down and we switched over to Verizon in Santa Fe Springs. And what we did right now is we came over to Lawndale and we started our True Connect office as well here.
Okay.
Okay. But besides that, we have quite a few different offices all over the state. We had another one in Woodland Hills. We have one in Long Beach, Torrance. We have another one in Riverside, Bakersfield. We have offices all over the state as well.
Okay.
Like I did
Because I
mention
received
before.
a,
Hmm.
sorry.
You said something?
No, because I received a message this morning from Sabrina, like I have an interview, like the address I got was in like the Santa Fe Springs, and now right now you said it's closed, so that's why I just had the question.
Yeah. So that was that we were still there last week. That's why.
Okay.
So up until last week, we were still in Santa Fe Springs, and we closed that office down, and we all transitioned to the Lawndale office. But we didn't. We
Okay.
technically didn't close the office down. We just opened that same office with a different company.
Okay. Okay.
But that just shows you how prosperous our program. We don't just work with one client. Like I said, that should show you how prosperous our program is and how beneficial.
Hello?
Yeah, sorry, I got a phone call. I don't know. Give me one. I don't know. Somebody keeps calling me, but the number doesn't show up. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear
Okay,
you.
perfect. Yeah, because I keep seeing phone calls that keep showing up. All right,
Oh,
but
that's
like I
okay.
said, this is gonna be it's gonna validate what I'm telling you right now, where we don't just work with one office, we work with several different offices. And if we don't prosper with one, we're always gonna find a different company that we work with. Okay.
Okay.
So besides that, that really wraps up the program interview. What the faces of the program were. What I can describe to you right now is going to be our schedule, our travel, and our culture. For our schedule, like I said, we are a high impact, high performance job where we take 3 to 5 years of experience and cram it down to 6 to 9 months. In these 6 to 9 months,
Okay.
we work for 6 days just because we have so much to learn. In these 6 days, we work from Monday to Saturday. From Monday to Friday, we're going to be in the office from 10 to 12:30. From 10 to 12:30, we're learning anything that from workshops, webinars, anything that's going to help us develop ourselves on whatever phase of the program we're in. Okay. and
So
and from
the
12:30,
encryption,
what
like,
was that?
so like we have to, what time we have to work? How you said? From Monday to Friday?
From Monday to Friday, we're going to be working from 10:30 to about 7.
Okay.
Okay. And from 10:30 to 12:30, we're in the office. That's where we're going to be
Okay.
working on things that are going to help us develop ourselves. And from 12:30 to 7, we're doing the door-to-door marketing approach.
Okay.
Okay. And on Saturdays, we're also in the office from 9 to 10. Same thing, develop ourselves in whatever workshop we have. And from 10
Okay.
to 5, we're going to be doing the direct marketing approach.
Okay.
Okay. Do you have any questions for our schedule?
Schedule, yeah, I have a question. So I have my still classes going on. Is it something like someday I have to take like off or like to study or like I have exams, so can I work from home or is it just have to be in person?
It's going to be only in person. If there's those situations, then automatically there's nothing that could be done, and we can always work around the schedule. There's It's not going to be
Okay.
something that's going to hold you back.
Okay. Sounds good.
As long as we know that it's something you actually want to do, we're always trying to work leniently and give the kind of candidates that have this mentality an extra kind of reign so they can roam a bit more free to actually not hold them back.
Okay.
Because if we're
Okay.
contradictory to us, if we tell a candidate to not do something to push themselves, when all we're doing is pushing candidates to learn and develop. I hope that makes
Right.
sense.
Yeah,
Okay,
I
perfect.
got it.
All right, perfect, perfect. So the next part I can talk to you is about our travel. So for travel, we get to travel every now and then. If we don't travel, other offices travel to us. Where a couple months ago, actually a month ago, we were number one for several weeks straight. And thanks to us being number one for several weeks straight, we got to travel to Bakersfield, Dallas. We went to San Diego just so we can train with different offices or train them to be exact, because we were doing so good that they want to learn all these little insights of how we were
Mm.
propelling ourselves to be number one for so long.
Okay.
Right? And when travel happens to come into play, the company takes care of everything. They take care of the booking, the rental, the flight, whatever it may be that needs to be taken care of in order for you to get there and come back.
Okay.
All right. Besides that, how do you feel about traveling in order to develop yourself for the work, and also based that the company takes care of it?
Yeah, I love traveling, so why not?
Right? Okay. I saw that
Yes.
you went to college in Mumbai, right? You're originally from
Yes.
okay, perfect. So you got to travel quite a bit, which is pretty awesome. And it goes in the
Yes.
same consideration for us. We don't just travel in state; we also travel out of the state. So once a year, the company makes a list. Next week, to be exact, from May 16th to the 19th, they're going to the
Mm-hmm.
DR, Dominican Republic. They're taking all the people
Okay.
in management or on their way to management that have that kind of mentality, and putting them on a list, flying them out to the Dominican Republic and Punta Cana, and keeping them, not keeping them, taking them out there for a resort. It's a R&R where they get to spend some time with regional, national people that have finished the program and reach those kind of levels, just to show us the mentality
Okay.
we need to have.
Okay.
Right. On that same factor, how do you feel about taking some travel time in order to like develop yourself with the higher rankings for people who've gone through the program and can give us a bit more of an insight of how we can benefit ourselves?
Yeah, I mean that's fun. And like I obviously like we'll get to like learn more things, so why not?
Exactly, right? Especially we get to learn something on the beach, it's even better.
Yes.
Okay. So on that part, I'm glad you understand that part. The next part for us is going to be culture. For culture, it's extremely big. The same way how we do have that R&R, we have
Mhm.
44 different offices that work with TrueConnect, and we always interact with them. In order for us to develop ourselves, we reach out. They reach out to us. Same way, for us to get some kind of insight of what it is that's working for them, how it is that they're helping their people, how it is that we can help our people, or vice versa,
Okay.
right? And not just that, for our culture is always big on positivity and inclusiveness. So anytime you get a chance, anytime we get a chance, somebody walks in this door, we're giving them a high five. We're just telling them it's great to see them. It's just something that's gonna help people feel more encouraged, welcome, and just involved in the culture. How do you feel
Right.
about having
Okay.
that kind of culture where you're feeling involved and validated for just being yourself?
I mean that's perfect.
Right?
That's all what like you want.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
not just me, like, but everyone wants that thing.
And it just makes sense because you do want to be validated and like welcomed no matter where you
Yes.
are.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That's correct.
Another part for us, for our culture. Sorry about that.
That's okay.
Another part for our culture is we also get to spend some time with each other outside of the workplace. Because being that we are a hard program, we always want to build that kind of community and that rapport with our own colleagues. So that way we get to know each other outside of the workplace. Because you always want to know somebody on a personable level if you want to push them harder, or how fast or how hard or how well you want to work with them. So we do
Okay.
little things that we go to Wingstop, Dave and Buster's, Chick-fil-A. It doesn't really matter, just so we can sit down, have a few minutes to ourselves, and enjoy a meal. Because if you're able to enjoy a meal with somebody, you resonate with that person much more. Even if you don't get
Right.
to talk too much, you can just be sitting there for 20 minutes, eating your meal
Mm-hmm.
and enjoying each other's company. That's as much as it
Yes.
needs to be. Right?
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel about that part of the culture where you're also involved as not just work people? I mean, colleagues, but actually a little bit more as friends and family at a time.
Yeah, that's nice. That's nice.
Right? Awesome, awesome.
Yeah.
I'm glad you like that part. Um, so that really wraps up the whole program interview for myself, Raya. Do you have any more questions for me?
Yeah, I want to know like what like past employees that that like already have work in your company, like they have succeed in the position, like uh how?
Can you repeat the question? I couldn't hear you. Sorry.
So my question is like what like the past employees in your company have done in the like in your company to succeed this position?
What have they done? Oh, if I'm being honest, it's just been work ethic and determination. Because as long as you're able to be that type of person, where you show up, you do everything you need to, where you do everything that needs to be done, it
Mhm,
automatically puts you on a different path than anybody else. The reason why I say it is because I can bring up Sam again, Mr. Park. So Sam is one of the type of people that on day one he showed up. He
mhm.
says, "I need very little training. Tell me what I
Okay.
tell me where I have to go, and I'm gonna go." On day one, this gentleman qualified. On day two, I apologize. On day two, because day one is just orientation. Day two, he qualified.
Mm-hmm.
On day three, he qualified, and on day four,
Yeah.
he became a leader. Like by the end of the week, he became a leader, which is one of the fastest programs that one of the fastest developments we've seen. And the gentleman just kept pushing the same way throughout the program, and that's how he's been able to succeed. And the people that finish the program is the same thing. Is as soon as you finish a program and you start managing your own small group of people, you
Mm-hmm.
just have to be that kind of determined person where you keep pushing, you don't let anything stop you, and you keep learning and developing yourself.
Okay. That's nice. So like how many employees are working in your company right now in the
Currently,
office?
right now, we only have about 13 members in our office.
Okay.
This is only
Okay.
including the leaders, the people that are in account management, not including
Okay.
the people that are in the entry level. I'm not including the new people.
Okay.
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 But last month, before we moved over here to Lawndale, we had 35 people. Where for the
Okay.
offices that opened up for Verizon, they took 7 people. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
one took 7 people, and the other office took 6 people. So
Okay.
just in that those two offices that opened for Verizon, they took 13 of our people, which right now, like I said, we have 13. It would have been, oh no, 26. It was only 26 of us before. Because at that
Okay.
point I was counting the new people.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
But that should show you like what happens to the companies with us, where yeah, we might be a big set of people, but at any given time, if somebody does manage to finish a program, the company will downsize just a bit because the new company has to go with the right kind of people to in order to succeed.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So that besides that, do you have any other question?
So yeah, just last one question. Like, if I get selected, so like, which location do you have to start work?
Most likely, you are going to be coming to the Lawndale location.
Okay.
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 All right, any other question for myself?
No, that's all.
Okay, I do
Thank
have a
you.
couple questions for you, Raya. My first question is going to be based on the program that I described to you, from the entry level, the commission. I mean, the entry level going all the way to the executive branch, the working from commission all the way to that salary, the wage as well into the assistant manager and the executive manager.
Mhm.
Do you see yourself putting yourself through that hardship in order to finish the program?
Yes, I
Okay,
see myself.
perfect.
And obviously, like I learn some things
Yeah,
and
of
I'll
course.
improve my skills also. So why not?
Okay, awesome. I like that mentality because it shows that you're not worried about what you're gonna get from the program. It's about how well you can learn
Mhm.
something for the program, because that's the most
Yes.
important part. All right, awesome. I really like
Right.
that answer. Second question for you, Raya. What's a hardship that you faced before on your previous experiences that lets you believe that you can finish our hard and intense program?
So obviously like I see like the challenge, like I see challenges as opportunities. So like whatever I face, I see like I see myself to grow and learn from that thing. So it's nothing as a challenge, like as a problem for me, but I see like okay, I divide things in the smaller steps and I see like what I can do, I can make a solution to it and then and then I have ways to like fix them. So yeah, like every problem I see as opportunity. So it's nothing like problem to me.
I want to give you a big props for that, because there's way too many people that hear the word challenge and believe, oh, I have to overcome something. But on your mentality, you're saying it's not about a challenge; it's about how well I can learn from it.
Yes.
Amazing. Thank you for that answer. I really appreciate it. All right, last question for you, Raya. Why should MCOS Enterprise take you on as a candidate for a program?
Oh, sorry, why?
Why should MCOS Enterprise take you as a candidate for a program?
Uh, so I see that, like I said, like my values and my skills also align with your company, and also I have seen your companies like that. I've researched about it a little bit about it, and I'm like impressed with like the innovation, and also I've seen the customer satisfaction. So I'm like, I know I'll get to learn more like in your company. So yeah, I'm a hard worker, and I'm a fast learner. So it's so yeah, this is the reason like you can like I can be a part of your company.
Perfect. I really like that answer. Thank you very much. So I really like this interview. I really like you, Raya. Unfortunately for me, I don't make the last call. Okay, I
Okay.
did take quite a few notes on you based on off this interview. I also recorded our interview so I can
Okay.
pass it on to our HR director.
Okay.
Mariana and Julian are going to be making that final call. They're going to be giving you a
Okay.
call today from 12 to 5, letting you know whether they went with you or with a different candidate. Like I said, I really like you. I'm going to put in a good word for you, see what I can do for that on that end. But they're going to be making that
Yes.
final call. All right.
Yes.
They are going to
Okay.
be letting you know whether they went on board with you or somebody else. Unfortunately for Mariana, we receive over 500 resumes per week, and she has to call every
Okay.
single person to let them know whether we went with them or with a different person. All right. And we only move
Okay.
on with the top 5% to the second round. So congratulations for even getting this far.
Thank you.
And
Thank you.
hopefully I could see you in the future. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Thank
Thank you
you.
very much.
Thank you so much.
Bye.
I appreciate
Enjoy
it.
your day, Ryan.
Thank you. Bye bye. Bye bye.